Ever notice how a legal ruling can sometimes feel like it's just the tip of the iceberg? Like, you get this decision and it seems straightforward enough, but then...
It just blows up.
Exactly. And that's kind of what we're digging into today with this whole thing about Judge Eileen Cannon trying to, well, basically block the DOJ from releasing Jack Smith's report on, the Donald Trump situation. We're going off of what the Ring of Fire channel is saying on YouTube. And the thing that really jumps out is how the DOJ reacted, almost like they kind of ignored the ruling.
Yeah.
So that's what we're trying to figure out. What did the DOJ do, and what does it all mean?
Well, right away, it's the conflict itself that's fascinating. Like, Judge Cannon's ruling, it was all about keeping Jack Smith's full report, the final one, completely under wraps until every single court case connected to Trump and any appeals were totally finished. The YouTuber definitely thinks this was meant to, help Trump out.
Right. And the way they're analyzing it on YouTube makes it sound like the judge was telling the DOJ, hold on, wait until the very end of everything. But then the DOJ basically said, nope, we're going ahead. I mean, that's what the video says, that they're going to release the report anyway, which makes you wonder about, who really has the power here in the legal system.
Absolutely. It raises some serious questions. But, and here's the thing, the DOJ didn't completely just disregard the judge's order. Right? They did something a little more, strategic.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. They said they'd release a redacted version. And here's the key detail. They're specifically redacting the part about classified documents.
Okay, so it's a partial release.
Exactly. And the YouTube commentary really focuses on this. The reason they're cutting out that classified info is to try and avoid messing up any of the other cases, the ones against the co-defendants that are still going on in front of Judge Cannon.
So they're being careful.
Yeah. Very calculated.
Yeah.
And get this, the YouTuber is saying they actually suggested this idea before, this whole redaction compromise. They're actually pretty happy the DOJ seems to be going with this plan because they see it as a way to kind of, work around the judge's ruling while still getting at least some information out to the public.
And it sounds like they need to do it quickly, too. I mean, the YouTuber mentioned that the current plan is to release this redacted report really soon, within the next 10 days or something, before there could be a change in, who's running things.
Yeah, before any potential new administration comes in, there's definitely a sense of urgency there.
So even though the initial ruling was all about blocking the whole report, the big takeaway from this YouTube analysis is that we're probably still going to see a good chunk of that Jack Smith report, just with some parts blacked out.
That's right, in this redacted format.
So basically, the DOJ figured out a way to share at least some of the information from the Jack Smith report by carefully cutting out anything connected to those other cases that are still going on. It's almost like they're trying to, walk a tightrope between sharing findings and still respecting what the judge wants.
Yeah, it's a really interesting situation.
Yeah.
And it makes you think, when you have these huge high-profile cases, what does it really say about the balance between how the legal system works and the public's right to know what's going on? When you have a judge trying to block information, and then you have the DOJ kind of working around it.
Yeah.
What does that tell us about the whole system?
It definitely gives you something to think about.
It sure does.
All right, well, that's a wrap on our deep dive for today. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.